We respect the courts and their outcome. The moral perspective to it is that we empathize with President Zuma, and no one wants to see anyone at the age of 80 go into jail. But in this instance, the law is the law, and government must deal with all the pros and cons. Interpreting the judgment, we have had voodoo lawyers here interpreting the judgment their own way. Others say doesn't mean he must go to jail. Others say he must. Obviously, government need to look at all those things. What is in the best interest of the country and what is the correct interpretation of the law. So we are an organization that upholds the rule of law in our country. And then if there's anything about judgments that we are not pleased about, we challenge them. And we engage with them sensibly and with facts. So the ANC does not go around making out of 10 remarks about judgments. We focus on the law, and in this particular instance, that's what we're looking at. And then in terms of the security cluster, its job is to maintain law and order and ensure that nothing can culminate into acts of economic sabotage, lawlessness, because those acts tarnish the authority of the state, that we are a banana republic, we are a lawless society. Then people, the inhabitants of this country, do not feel safe because the state and the rule of law is shaky. What happened in July shouldn't have happened. You apply the rule of law in terms of the state, you clamp down on anarchy. The first thing that happens, you clamp down on anarchy. We want a public protector who acts and is informed by the law, and that's what we want. ANC at some point was not happy with the public protector, Thuli Madonsela, but Thuli Madonsela's actions were vindicated by the courts. And the ANC was proven to be on the wrong. In terms of Nkandla report, she was. So the ANC lost, and the ANC have accepted self-correction. That's why in our manifesto, we say there is a point in time where we veered off. We did. Because when the public protector said in the report, President pay, and the Minister of Finance will make a determination, and then he says, President, you became a beneficiary of this, but you were not the architect of this mess. To an extent that you became a beneficiary, pay some amount of money. The ANC did not listen to that report, read it correctly. It went and established an ad hoc committee, which was proven to be unconstitutional. Based on Mohlaudi Motsoeneng temporary victory in the High Court of Cape Town, that the public protector's powers are not enforceable, Thuli Madonsela went back and went to the Constitutional Court. The Constitutional Court said public protector's recommendations are enforceable. They are enforceable. If you don't agree with them, you can take them on review. Full story. There is recourse to both sides. So, Thuli Madonsela stood her ground. She went through a lot of vilification because of her decisions, stood her ground in terms of dealing with state capture, investigations, and then brought a report. And then, as a result of that report, the ANC have accepted and implemented her recommendations. We did not take them on review. We implemented the recommendation to establish a commission of inquiry, because at some point we did veer off, we came back and we implemented those particular recommendations. That's why we had a state capture commission, of which Justice Zondo became the appointed chairperson. So, Thuli Madonsela's decisions, as much as she was criticized, but she could stand her ground in terms of the law. Mkhwebane lost everything. Everything. I don't know how much he owes the state and the lawyers. The fact that she's still standing, she has just been proven beyond reasonable doubt as a delinquent of law. Mkhwebane. So her time is off. She's been investigated there by Parliament. We've taken steps. She's fighting there to get a pension maybe of 10 million and so on. So that's why we want Janki to go. So Mkhwebane has failed in terms of the law. Her decisions were overturned. And then she has become a delinquent who actually now campaigns and attacks judges. Where have you seen an advocate like that at the helm of the Public Protector's Office attacking judges? There is civility that governs these people, lawyers and the people of the law. There is civility that governs them, how you go about it and so on. We people who are in the streets, we have our own interpretation of the law in terms of natural justice. Now, we can say anything because we don't know the law. But those who know the law must have a proper and correct interpretation of the law. So, Mkhwebane lost everything in terms of her decisions. Public Protector's Office, you occupy it, you get nominated and elected by Parliament, you must exercise and prove to the public that you are the public protector. Your decisions can be challenged, but you will win the light of day. Now, if you lose your decisions in the court of law, you are being tested. We don't want a public protector like that. We want a sober public protector who can defend their decisions in the court of law. Koleka has been attacked, including about a membership of the Youth League at some point, or whatever that she was. Anyone can be a member of a political party, but when you resume particular duties, you not serve the party, you serve the public. At any given point in time, somebody belonged to a political party. Any judge in this country at some point at school was a member of SASCO, was an activist, but today they are judges. At some point they were members of the ANC. Justice Zondo at some point served as a lawyer supporting ANC members. So, are you going to be judged on the basis of your work or on the basis of your membership? At some point, that you were a member of a particular organ. Koleka, when she was a member of the Youth League, she was a prosecutor of the state. She was a prosecutor. Before she was an advisor to Malusi, she was a prosecutor of the state. So, that's what she is. And her decisions must be tested and be challenged in a court of law. And then she can go there and defend those decisions. From a point of law, it's of no consequence to insult people without testing the law and giving them names and all of that. So we believe that judges are not demigods. The public protector is not a demigod. Their decisions can be challenged.